They wouldn't show it, but you could hear the audio.
Oh, you could hear
You
the
could
audio
hear
on
the commentary. You could hear the commentary on main event.
What the fuck? Oh man, let's go.
Yo, what the fuck up, Kraayziie Nation? It's your boy SB repping that
Kraayziie, my G.
You know what it is? I'm back again. We're back again, sorry, with our other crazy discussion. This is episode 4. I'm with the homie.
The homie Dxvndre, bro. We out here. Shout out my boy SB. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Welcome to the Kraayziie Asylum, my G.
Thanks, bro. It's an honor. Thank you to be on this shit, bro. Fuck this COVID, bro. Let's do this shit in person.
Let's get this shit started, bro.
We're gonna make do, bro.
How you been, my bro? How you been? How you going through all this shit?
Been good, man. You know, just fucking plotting along, bro. Just doing what I can. Luckily, you know, labeled as an essential worker, so fucking
100%,
just doing my shit, bro.
100%.
Doing heaps of OT, music, just training when I can, and
Ooh.
doing what I could do.
So no more rugby, eh? No more rugby.
Bro, because of all the COVID shit. I'm glad, bro. I fucking hated training, bro. Going training in the week was terrible, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm alright, bro. Man. I've just been recording, as you can see.
Yeah, bro, I know you've been.
By the way, for everyone that's seen the last episodes, because obviously this is gonna come out in three or 4 weeks. This episode comes out. So I've recorded all these episodes in a matter of days, just for people to know. I recorded both. I want people to know that shit.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that says it itself. Like, you're just staying busy, bro. Always motivated.
Bro,
it's good to see, bro.
100%, man. I was like, when lockdown happened, I was like, because, you know, I was meant to do the Behind the Scenes series. I was meant to start all that.
Behind the scenes.
The Kraayziie for the culture.
The fucking Kraayziie Asylum, all that shit.
Yeah, I was meant to start doing all that again. And then when that stopped, I was like, I remember teasing Kraayziie Discussions. I was like, should I bring it? Do you want it? Yeah, and like the fans, and that's where I put that poll again. I was like, wait, yo, like, do y'all want it? If y'all want it, we'll get it started. And then I was like, okay, who do y'all want? And so far, I've done it in order that people have asked for.
Oh, that people were saying?
Yeah.
I think I even voted myself, bro.
Nah, but your name popped up by a few people, and I was like, hectic. I'm like, I wouldn't mind talking to Dxvndre anyway.
Watching, bro. Salute, lads. Salute.
I'm like, I wouldn't mind talking to Dxvndre because he's bro. Like, we talk here and there.
Of course, bro. I mean, fuck, we do this, bro.
Like, but this is like a mad time. Like, we're gonna actually get to know each other way more. The fan base is gonna get 100%. To know you. That's the whole reason I started this series. I want the fans to get to know the artists like I know the artists. Like, I don't think people know that like we're homies.
Yeah,
because a lot of people think it's just business, but it's like, nah, bro.
It's just business, and nah. There's
like we're homies. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Behind this shit, yeah.
So anyway, let's get this shit started. Where did you start?
Go,
like, how did you get into?
Where did I start?
How did you get into hip hop and all that stuff?
Man, music's always been a part of my life, bro. Like since I can remember, you know, like as cliche as it sounds, but you know, I was just always surrounded by music, especially my old man. Like he never did anything like professionally, but you know, he always had the guitar in his hand, you know what I mean? Walking around the house, playing tunes, and you know, he was a big fan of like reggae and rap music. So
that's sick.
I think the whole rap thing, you know, must have fell under him. But yeah, since I can remember, bro. But I think when I actually took this shit seriously was back in 2017. Like I had like a little wake up call, you know, rest in peace, my bro. Got him on the hoodie. I had to represent him.
Yeah, my dude.
And yeah, exactly right. So like I think his passing just gave me a bit of a wake up call. Like I've got, you know, all the shit to offer, like music to offer, but not really doing anything with it.
So, like, you doing anything like during like school years and shit, like just writing and shit, or like?
Oh yeah, just like always writing, bro. I think I started writing in maybe like year 6, bro. Year 6, year 7.
Because Il was telling me he started writing in kindergarten. Fucking crazy, cunt. What?
Like a creative one like that, like only like creative people can like, you know, fucking relate to that shit, but. I think I started like writing like just little bullshit raps in like year 6, and then just gradually got better
Yeah.
as I kept practicing. You know, my older brother helped me out a lot,
Fucking oath.
and yeah. But I always did like little shit with the homies, like drinking up. So and there was a mic there, like we would
Of
just be like
course, bro.
5 of us in this one bedroom, bro, like just doing shit. But yeah,
That's fucking mad.
2017. Yeah.
So where, like, what was
sure.
your first single? Like, what did you? How did you like
Oh,
start breaking
first
into
single.
like your type of like writing? Cause you write different, bro. Like you're more, you know.
I appreciate that. Nah, I think it.
Like who did you look up to that motivated you into like more like lyrical type rapping and stuff like
Lyrical,
that?
all that type of shit. See, like all the rap I've always listened to was had some like mad impact on like my writing style. So Big L,
Yeah.
rest in peace, Big
Fucking
L.
hell. Yes.
Joey Badass, Prodigy from Mob Deep, Biggie. Your greats, your
Fucking
goats.
oath.
You know what I mean? And
Fucking oath.
I think just listening to them, like, and listening to how they could manipulate words and make them sound how they sound with like their rhyme cadence and all that. I think it just resonated with me. You know what I mean? And I just thought, fuck, I gotta try. Yeah, I gotta try put that shit into my type of style. So.
Fucking hell, that's mad.
Yeah.
All right, I got a question leading on to this. I never asked this question so early, but you've technically led into this.
Hard, bro.
Since you're like a mad like hip hop like head, yeah. What's a underrated like, you know how they do verses?
Yeah.
What would
like a versus, yeah.
Yeah. What would what would be your underrated matchup? Like underrated MC matchup of discographies? I'll tell you, I answered this yesterday with Ill.
Yeah.
My Ills was Bone Thugs and Vinny Paz.
Bone Thugs
versus Vinny Paz.
Rude. Okay. And I never really.
My one was like an episode before that. This one was actually a fucking good answer. I think it was Ghostface against MF Doom.
Come on, bro.
You know what I mean? Like
it's done shit together as well. Yeah.
And it's like
that would be fun.
So who would you pick if you could compare discographies? It doesn't even have to be underground. For you, it can be your favorite rappers. Or
fuck, man, you definitely put me on the spot, bro. I think from now, I'm gonna pick from like my generation kind of thing. Because I actually grew up with these artists. I don't necessarily grew up, but we're technically same age. I'd say Joey Badass and Denzel Curry. Because, bro, like they both started out the same. Yeah. Like at the same age. I think Denzel might have started releasing shit earlier when he was 14, when he was in like Raider Clan and shit. Yeah. And like they both like gradually grew together. Because
that's when Pro Era and fucking like that's when Joey came in with like Pro Era and shit as well.
Yeah,
like
Pro Era and shit. Yeah. Yeah, so Joey had Pro Era, and then Denzel had like Raider Clan, and I just feel like they definitely, and because they're both
you just made me think of a good one.
Well, what's yours, bro? What's up?
Jid and Absol.
Fuck hell. So they need to make this shit happen, bro.
Jid and Absol against each other. I reckon Jid has more of a discography now, but like Absol's like music, bro. If you add all his like features with like Kendrick and all the all his old stuff, even his feature with Russ, bro, he fucking killed that feature.
I didn't even fucking know he did a feature with Russ. I mean, I haven't been like following Absol.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like he's like
back when he released shit with like TDE and like what's his foot? I don't know if it was the first album, but Control System or some shit.
Yes.
And that
it had
Terrorist Threat.
Bro, it had oh my god, what's that song? It had that song that was on GTA as well. With Kendrick.
Yeah.
How do I not remember this song? This is my favorite song of his of all time. I'm feeling like a fuckwit right now.
Yeah.
What the fuck's it called? Oh my god. I know how the chorus goes and eliminate.
Eliminate. Oh yeah, illuminate.
Yeah, eliminate. Illuminate.
Yeah.
They want to share my life. They want to share my life. Bro, come on. As if you don't remember playing GTA 5 and that song was... I swear that song was always on repeat.
100%.
Like...
It was funny, like, how long ago GTA 5 came out. I was fucking in high school, I think.
Yeah, cuz.
I was still in high school, bro.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy to see, like... But for me, like, I don't know, man. Like, I love what Absol does, like, lyrically. So, like, for me, like, there's one, like, in Control System, in that song, he goes, what does he say? He's talking about a cipher. And he goes, what does he say? He's like, if we're doing a cipher, put me after M. So it goes Big, Tupac, M, and then he goes, I want to go right after M. And it's like, rah, like, come on, M. Like, that's cold.
Bro, I'm gonna have to go back to that.
My favorite bar is, I used to want to rap like Jay-Z, now I think I can run laps around Jay-Z. And he goes, no, and this is what he says. Sorry, this is what he says. He goes, Big and Park and M have to go after me. He's like, they have to go after me, cuz, like, if I'm gonna pass the mic to anyone, it has to be either Big, M, or Park.
He's not wrong though, bro. You can definitely match it up there.
I was just like, raw, like, come on, man, like, that's confidence entering into the scene, like, being like, yo, like, and I remember, because I feel like that's one of the few tracks where, like, I felt like, because I remember everyone used to ask me, like, oh, who's your favorite TDE member? And I used to say Absol, and everyone's like, what the fuck? Like, why?
Absol, yeah.
And I'm like,
exactly.
He can
and
rap.
Used to even say, like, who the fuck's Absol? Like, come on.
It's like, what do you mean, bro? He's the only one with an afro. Like, he's the only one, like, with big hair, glasses.
How mad is it? Like, I mean, like, it's fucking unfortunate for him, but the fact that he always has to wear shades, because he's light sensitive in his eyes or some shit. Bro, that's mad. Like,
here it is. This is a line.
Mad villain shit, bro.
This is the line. I used to want to rap like Jay-Z. Now I feel like I can run laps. No, sorry. Now I feel like I'm running laps. No, I can. I'm running laps around Jay-Z. Nas ain't seen nothing this nasty. Big and Puck got it coming when I pass to. You got the mic, but I ain't the one you want to pass to.
Yo! Yeah, bro. Absol.
I just felt like he was so different. Like, when I heard him, I was like, it's like the same as like what you're talking about. With what's his name? With like Joey. Like, when you first hear Joey, you're like, ooh, like, like, even recently he did oh yeah, and this is the M part. Sorry, I just found a lyric. He goes,
nah, you're good.
He goes, so you can take your top 5 list, dead or alive, and put me after M. And then he goes, I'm a fucking genius, grip my fucking penis, living this life. It's like, right, like, come on, man. Oh, man, I remember when I heard him, and I was just like, you know those rappers where they just grab your attention?
Oh, 100%.
Like, to me,
just gravitate
like, Wu-Tang had every member was like that. Like, you hear him and you're like, woo,
exactly.
woo, like, like, what the hell?
Yeah, I still like have like little debates in my head, like, on who's the fucking best in Wu-Tang. Like, I'll listen to one artist's verse, I'll be like, nah, he's the best. And then the next verse will come in and be like, nah, this verse is harder.
The best version is have you ever seen the series that they made?
Yeah.
And
American Saga?
Yeah. And they show Joey Badass rapping as Inspector Deck, and then Method Man grabs his page and goes, nah, bro, I have to rewrite this shit. It's hilarious. Just like, yo, like, nah, like, this guy made me go, oh shit, like, this guy is a fucking. And that's what I love. Like, when a lot of people ask me, they're like, what do you like about Wu-Tang? For me, it was they competed against each other, bro. Like, and then you hear ODB,
like friendly, yeah, and then, like, friendly competition between.
And then you hear ODB though. It's just like, come on, bro. Rest in peace to ODB, man. That guy was
Yeah,
something
rest in peace,
different.
bro.
That guy was
Definitely like
something
Unique,
different.
bro. That was his name, bro. Unique. For a reason.
I just remember. I just
bastard.
remember the fucking the TV show now. And he's like, I got your mum screaming, "Hey, Sean, dance, little mama, I'm screaming." Yo, bro, he was so dope. I can't imagine if he was still alive now.
Bro.
Like what his sound would be. I got another one.
Yeah.
This is like old school. I'll do Big Pun against Cameron. That's lyrical shit.
Pun against Cameron. Yeah.
That's lyrical shit.
Oh, man, there's a
lyric
to Cameron, like when he was fucking running with Children of the Corn with like Big L and that, yeah. But then Big Pun, bro, like
he only made a few albums.
Capital Punishment album.
Yeah.
Fuck,
bro, he was the first Latino.
I don't know about discography, but if they
he was like the first Latino. He was the
first
first Latino rapper to get like a Grammy or something.
Oh, true.
Like he was like a big thing, bro. It's crazy to see what he did, and especially for the like you said, he's like Biggie, bro. He only has like 2 or an album.
Oh.
Like
Big
Pun doesn't, like you just said there. Big Pun does not have a big discography.
Yeah,
and the same as Big L, right? Well, how long does Big L have? 1, right?
I think Big L had 2, and then like I just know that heaps of like remixes and shit. I know like heaps of his verses got reused and shit.
Yeah.
Like throughout some other tracks, but yeah, like I think it was like 2 proper albums before he died. Yeah.
Alright, so we'll skip this part now. We'll go into the Oz scene. What got you into like when did you start going into like the Oz scene, like more serious and shit?
The Oz scene and stuff. I mean, fuck, I've always been a fan. Like, I was a fan before I fucking, started making music. Yeah, it was always on my mind though. Like, I always.
Who were you a fan of?
Release music
like at that time.
Man, I was a big fan of Elijah Yo, Biggs, like even Pistol Pete and Enzo. Like they've been holding it down for a while.
Yeah.
But then we go back to like some of the other older artists. Like I fuck with Cursor, bro.
Yeah.
Like back in his old shit, like, he actually filmed one of the film clips in Ingleburn behind my house, bro.
Yeah,
like
that's
he used
crazy.
to go and play in that little shitty ass park all the time. Like, Lux and Sesk, I know they've been around for a while too. Gravy Baby as well. Like, but I gravitated more towards the Polynesian community because I'm Polynesian myself, bro. So I was always one to just back my people and all that type of shit. And then like I always wanted to release music, but I just didn't know if I was ready to. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I was just always on the fence.
Yeah.
But then when my bro passed, I was like, "Fuck, bro, I'm just gonna go all in." You know what I mean? So,
that's cool. That's sick.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's different. Everyone's story. Everyone's story is different. That's why I like asking this stuff, bro. Alright.
Yeah.
100%. What was like your first drop? Like first drop that led to like a mixtape and album and stuff like that?
Yeah, I actually dropped a few singles. So the first single I came out was with Metathor.
Mm-hmm.
I dropped Metathor, and then I dropped My Chalice. This was all on SoundCloud, so this was all in that.
The SoundCloud days.
Was it? You know what I mean? Yeah. I think I caught it just before it died. You know what I mean?
Yeah, keep on. I can hear.
Yeah, so.
Fucking off. Well,
I think I
how many singles dropped till you went to your album? Like, sorry, your mixtape. Sorry. Did you drop a mixtape or an EP? The one with
it was an EP, bro.
Yeah,
EP.
that's what it was.
Yeah. The Proclamation EP. So I dropped 5 singles.
Yeah.
I think it was 5. Yeah, I think it was 5 singles. Yeah, but I can't even remember. But yeah, 5 singles, and then I dropped a 7-track EP, the Proclamation EP.
Mm-hmm.
And then I dropped 3 singles after that, and then I dropped the miscellaneous mixtape.
Fucking oath.
Yeah.
What can you tell people about that?
Bro.
About your
it's been a journey, bro. Oh, the mixtape, man, it's been crazy, bro. Like, honestly, you know, I always thought like I had that thought in the back of my mind where I was just gonna like slowly, like gradually grow and then plateau out and then, you know, be stuck in the middle somewhere. But like on no cocky shit either, bro. I feel like I just like
Mm.
gradually just going up.
Nah, I can't.
Gee, go get the towels.
Nah, fuck off.
Go get the towels. Oof. The towels are still wet, brother.
Fuck
Nah,
off.
joke.
But
Joke,
yeah,
bro. Joke.
what I remember when we met, you were telling me a story about how you almost went to the US, or you almost got into a
Yeah, bro.
deal, or something.
So that was a bit like.
Huh? Which one? No, I didn't touch that.
Gotta get the towels.
Oh shit, my phone just fucking went flying. But yeah, keep on going.
Told you, bro. Get the towels, man.
Shut up, bro. Keep on going.
Nah, shit, what were we talking about? Oh, the US thing. Yeah, so
Because I remember when
my
we
first
met,
show,
we spoke about that. That was like the first
yeah,
thing
we spoke about it. Yeah, so I did a show, my very first show actually, I think in 2019, so only 2 years ago. And it was also like a competition.
Yeah.
So I just seen it on Instagram and everyone was spamming me. And then I was like, oh, fuck it. So I had to like sign up to some bullshit. I can't even remember what it was called. I think it was like Showcase. Anyway, I signed up for it. And then like a month later, I got an email saying, oh, like, da 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 da, you've been like selected to perform at our showcase in Sydney. I was like, yeah, fucking no. So then I did that. And then there was like a catch. So if I won that competition, I'd have a chance to go to the US to compete for like $70,000 and
Jeez.
like a little tour around the US. But see, here's the thing, yeah. All right, bro. So I did the show, fucking smashed it, bro. Like I even like some of the boys actually fucked up the roof. So the valve bar, the roof is real like
Yeah, I know what you're
it's
talking about.
literally like a few inches above your head. And like some of the boys were just going a bit too ham, bro, and like full fucked up the jip rock on the roof, and like the roof started collapsing a bit.
Fucking
Started
hell.
getting heaps scared, bro. I was like, fuck. But yeah, no, it was a killer show. And
That's
then yeah,
crazy.
they said I won,
Yeah.
and they'll be in contact. And then yeah, I was like, oh sweet, like fucking mad. I thought everything was gonna be funded, like you know
Yeah.
what I mean. You can't just invite someone and be like, oh wait, hold up, bro. Here's the
Yeah.
fucking cash. You got to pay all the. It was like, anyways, yeah. They emailed me that, and they were like, "Oh, is anything like funded at all?" Like, nah, everything. You got to pay for everything yourself. I'm not made of money, bro. Like, you know, let's put that shit there,
Not
yeah.
only that, how
And it
old were
was an
you at that
expensive
time?
trip.
2019.
How old was 2019? Fuck, 22.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
22.
Like even at
I
22,
mean,
bro, not many people
yeah.
have that much
I
money
mean,
in
like,
Oz.
exactly. Like, I mean, like, I had the money to travel, but it was all in the same year, bro.
Yeah.
And I wanted to save, and you know,
And then not
obviously,
only
if I was
that,
gonna
wouldn't you
do a
have to
show
put all
there,
the money into the tour?
exactly, bro. So
So
I mean, it was just so much shit. So there was a registration fee
yeah.
for the competition to go into like
Oh
that
shit,
seventy
you didn't
thousand
even
gig.
say that.
Nah,
So now
bro.
we
So
know.
they tried to get me to register to go to the US, and then like I'd have to pay my flight, accommodation, all that shit. And I was going through a real tough time in that period as well,
Yeah.
bro. So like the struggle was, you know, it was real, and
Yeah.
like I was like, oh fuck it, bro.
But didn't
You
that
know what I
lead
mean?
that led into your mixtape, eh?
Yeah, the
I mean your
EP.
EP,
So
sorry.
yeah, so that led into the EP.
Like do you talk about it or anything in the EP?
Nah, nah, nah,
You
no.
should have.
Actually, no, I dropped the EP. I dropped the EP
Before.
before I did the show, I think. But like a month before I did the show. So I had
Imagine
all that shit
imagine
lined
if you
up,
had
and
the
then
EP after.
after it, oh yeah, and then I would have scratched the whole song, and then I would have fucking, yeah, definitely,
You would have
bro.
just ripped
But
into them.
oh, hi, fucking tell me, invite me, then tell me I have to fucking pay my way. Fucking
Oh
this
my
shit,
god.
man. Nah, but I mean, look, in saying that, I mean, in hindsight, like you shouldn't always turn down your opportunities. You know what I
100%.
mean? You gotta take
Well,
what
if you
you're
can
given.
afford
But
it.
at that time, exactly. And what like the major reason why was one, I couldn't afford it, and two, I was real half-hearted on the whole thing, bro.
Yeah, I
The
get
whole
you.
thing I was just skeptical about, like, you know what I mean? But
So then
it is what it is.
after the EP, you dropped Echoes, right? With Finn?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so after the EP, I did a few features, and
Yeah.
those were like my first features as
Because you
well. I
did
think Echoes was the first.
The first thing you dropped after that was S4MC.
Nah. So I dropped all those singles before my EP,
What the hell is it? Oh,
and
okay,
then
yeah. Got you.
well, yeah,
I'm looking at your
I
releases and it shows
uploaded.
the EP first.
Yeah. So the reason why is because you know how I was telling you that I started on that SoundCloud phase.
Yeah.
So
That was
everything
already
was
on
on
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
Got you, man.
Yes, and then I dropped the EP, and then I released all my old shit
Yeah.
onto like
Because when was your
on
section
the
down
stream
under
platform.
one take?
Oh, that was on YouTube. That was
Yeah,
on
I know it
YouTube.
was on
Yeah.
YouTube, but when was that? 2019, right?
Oh shit. Yeah, 2019.
Because
Yeah,
I
that
remember
was
that's where
after
I
the
started
after the
hearing
stream.
about your name.
Yeah, I think that was I think that was around the time where you reacted to my video, and that's
Yes.
how like we first
Yeah.
like spoke and shit. Like you were the first person. Yeah, shout out my GSP for that. Alright, but yeah,
I remember
um,
hearing about like people were talking about you. I forget who it was though. Like beside, I remember I was close with Section Down Under at that time, and I was watching.
yeah,
I was always watching for the one takes because that's when I was still doing Crazy for the Culture. So I was like, ooh, I'm like, who the fuck's
yeah.
this
That's
guy?
right.
I'm like, who's this guy? Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck? I'm like, this guy's cold. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, and
yeah,
then that's when I started following you and stuff. So then after all that became Lord Forgive Me, right?
yeah. The Lord Forgive Me was the first single off the mixtape.
Mm-hmm.
That went well, man. I mean, the video, the video was crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That
I
was
remember
personally like one of my favorite
was that
videos.
the? I always get confused between that and 316. Is that the one that 316 is the one with the crowd, eh?
Yeah, so 316 was the one with like Marv's, LOC,
Yeah.
Lux, Biggs. They were in the ring with me as well. But yeah, Lord
Was
Forgive
Lord
Me was
Forgive
just a
Me?
solo vid.
But was it like in a crowd? Like you show highlights of you performing?
Nah.
Or
I
is
think
Lord
that might
Forgive
have
Me the?
been
Which one's Lord Forgive Me? Like you in bush?
Lord Forgive Me was the one with the
Yeah.
one in the bush with the shovel and shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I was.
I think the one I think the one with the crowd I think that's No Holds Barred.
Mm,
So yeah,
probably.
before I dropped like anything from the new mixtape, I tried to get all the videos out for the Proclamation EP,
Yeah.
and then just move on from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what influenced you to do
Yeah.
316?
316,
There's
my uncle, bro.
there's
There
there's
goes T
the
Mustard.
Samoan the Samoans. What do you call yourself? The Samoan Steve Austin.
Stevie, bro. You know me, bro. Someone Stevie. Nah, man. He
All
was
right,
always my
now we
favorite.
can
Just his
we can lead
attitude.
on to the wrestling.
Yeah,
What
we
got
start,
you
bro. Let's
like?
chat.
How old when you started watching wrestling and shit?
Wrestling.
Obviously young
Fuck,
since
man.
you're a
Yeah,
Stone Cold fan.
real young, bro. Real
Like I
young.
remember, I think I
When like
started watching wrestling
WC,
at 5 or 4.
yeah, it would have been the same age. Like when WCW, like when it was WWF. I mean,
Yeah.
not even WWF. It was WCW and
Mm.
all that shit.
Yeah, it
I
was
never got into
WCW.
ECW, bro.
Bro, I did,
ECW,
cause
nah.
and
I
AC
could. Wait,
and
did you get?
what's
Hey?
funny is like I remember I got into everything, bro. I'm still a kind of a little
Yeah.
fan. I'm not into like WWE shit nowadays. Like I kind of
Yeah.
watch AEW, like I'm subscribed to it.
Yeah.
So like whenever stuff,
AEWA. Yeah.
well, like whenever stuff comes through, like I watch it. Same as NXT, because NXT is pretty fucking cool. actually,
NXT is good,
it's
bro.
different. Like it brings me old school like vibes, like in a
Yeah,
different way.
100%.
But like,
When I
bro,
started watching NXT was when Nexus came through, bro. I remember how like
yes,
Wade Barrett and that they were going crazy. They were
yeah.
just fucking everyone
Like
up.
I remember
They were
what,
like the Shield, bro.
yeah,
But
I remember what got me
yeah, they
into
used to have
wrestling
fucking
all
fun
over
times.
again was when CM Punk dropped that bomb, the fucking where he just fucking roasted everyone.
He just went crazy, and then they cut him out on the mic.
To me, I was like, whoa.
Yeah,
I was like, even though, like, obviously, like, you know, like, it's not real and shit, but it's like, that thing felt real. Like,
bro, I'm pretty sure it was, bro.
it was.
They cut him off.
It
Like,
was.
I know his
Like,
part was real. I know it's all like
but,
staged
like,
and
what
shit,
he
but
said, like, there's been certain moments in the history of, like, wrestling and shit that have been real. Like, they can't control the guy. The guy just grabbed the mic and went, yo, I'm fucking roasting you, so.
yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly.
But yeah, like, bro, let's be honest, man. Like, everyone that was a kid in the 90s would have grown up watching all of this. I reckon this all combined. Wrestling, South Park, The Simpsons. Like, that's free alone. That was, like, guaranteed, like, because all that shit was so popular
back then. Yeah, even though I wasn't allowed to watch South Park, bro. I wasn't allowed.
Bro,
like,
I wasn't allowed, but I still watched it.
Yeah,
I have an older brother, so whatever he watched, I'm in the same room as him.
Exactly, bro.
And it's more like I remember watching Beavis and Butthead and stuff because of my brother. So it's like MTV, bro, because that's when MTV used to have the music videos. It was all about music and like entertainment.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it was mad to watch. Like I remember, bro, I got into wrestling. I even watched like wrestling live.
Yeah, went to a live show. Yeah, same. Bro.
I went to one which was
well,
one of WCW's last shows in Australia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Goldberg and all that stuff was still in WCW at that time.
Yeah, Goldberg and that would have been there. Yeah,
it was mad. Rey Mysterio didn't have the mask either, so this was like filthy animals. Rey Mysterio
Junior. Yeah, when he was junior.
This because I remember what happened. One wrestler got arrested before the event. Juventud Guerrero. Apparently, he did laps, like he did streaking laps, like.
Come, bro.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But it was just funny.
I went to a wrestling event as well, bro. I think I was shit. I think it was 2013. I think, bro. We bought my little brother tickets because he was a big fan of wrestling as well. We all were.
Yeah.
It just got passed down, and me and my older brother, we went. Like we took. Oh well, he took us. He took us to the wrestling event. Bro, it was fucking sick, bro. Like
I tell people, man, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to watch live.
Yeah. Bro, the atmosphere was fucking insane. I didn't expect the ring to be that.
I don't know if you have a goal of this, but my goal is still to see a WrestleMania live. Like,
100%, bro.
I don't care if I'm not a fan of wrestling. Like, even if I'm not a fan of wrestling, I still want to see a WrestleMania live because that's different. Like, that's the spectacle of like.
Of wrestling. Yeah, exactly.
And it's something that, like, when you grew up, especially if you grew up watching it, not even that, even if you weren't growing up watching wrestling, you still heard about it somehow.
Yeah, WrestleMania. Bro, there was a few years in a row where I actually took days off school. Like, asked my mom if I could stay home and order WrestleMania. Most of the time she'd say no, bro. Yeah. But then my older brother would fucking buy it. And then we'd watch it.
I remember back in the day, there used to be the pay-per-views, right? They wouldn't show it, but you could hear the audio.
Oh, you could hear
the commentary. You could hear the commentary on main event.
Hey, what the fuck?
And I remember because I remember when I got really into I was still like it was really interesting was like when WCW and ECW invaded WWE. I remember that vividly. Like, bro, I still remember when Stone Cold comes back and fights all those cunts off. It's one of the greatest pops.
That's what I mean, bro. Like that's what fucking, you know what I mean? Like just that type of shit just made him like my favorite. Like it was always, you know, The Rock obviously because he was Samoan as well,
Yeah.
but just every time him and Stone Cold went against each other, it was the best, bro.
It's
Like
something
The Rock's
like
reaction to the stunner, bro.
every
What's that
every
compilation of The Rock?
everyone's saying they're like fuck. You know how everyone does the discussion about Michael Jordan and LeBron?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
fuck that discussion. The
yeah, yeah.
number one discussion should be Rock
Real
or
bad.
Stone Cold. Who do you pick?
Yeah, bro. No, man.
For
Fuck.
me, and
I
then
miss
yeah,
those days, bro.
bro, same here. Like I remember, bro, watching Undertaker. That's like my favorite, like of all time, was probably Undertaker. Like, cause I just remember
He was
him.
mad.
Cause obviously, look
Yeah.
look what he did. Cause like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly, bro.
but when I got older, like when I got like into like my teens, I started loving Triple H. Cause I was like, he's a bastard. He's a bastard, bro. Like, you know, like when you become
He's
old,
a bit of a Gronk
you know
sometimes,
when you become older, you start to like the people that people hate.
Yeah.
And he was the definition of that. Like, everyone wanted to see him get his ass kicked every week.
Bro, hard. Especially when he started getting involved into like the management role and shit of like WWE. Like he just started becoming a Gronk, bro. It's like what the
He started
fuck,
to become
bro?
Vince, and that was like the best part about it. I just remember,
Fuck
but yeah,
it.
you asked me if I got into like TNA and shit. Yeah, I got into it for a bit. I got into it because of the ring. I loved the ring. I was like, raw. Oh my god,
Yeah, the
six-sided
ring
ring.
was different,
Oh my god, six-sided ring.
Yeah.
That's sick. And then their ladder
Yeah.
match. That's the fucking the ropes.
Oh, the thing, the ropes are,
The Ultimate X. That's what it was called.
Ropes go up. And it's like, yeah, I know what you mean, bro.
And I was like,
weird,
this is nah, because it's like it's scary as well. Because it's like, yo, like these guys can just fall, and you know, like,
bro.
and that was my first reaction as well when I watched the TLC. I was like, I'm not TLC. When I watched when I watched the Hell in a Cell. When they step on top of the the roof, and you just see,
middle part, bro.
and you just see, you see the cage just go, and all, like, rah, like,
bro.
that. Like, stop that,
same shit they used
to.
to
I remember
do,
growing up watching fucking Mick Foley get fucking thrown off shit.
Hey, that guy was like the ragdoll fucking like WWE. Like why? Why was it always him getting fucked up, bro?
Because
what
it's
about that Hell in a Cell that he had with Undertaker?
That's what I'm
he
talking
got
about.
chucked off the cell into the table. Oh, bro.
And then not only that, then after he gets chokeslammed through the
through the thing into the thumbtacks, bro. Oh my god, lad. What the fuck?
Fuck, mate. We might have to make. We might have to make a.
That. Like, you know.
We might have to make a wrestling podcast.
Oh, 100, bro. Let's talk that shit, bro.
Right. No lie, like what got me into wrestling again though? I've been watching. There's this SBS thing where it's like the dark side of the ring, where it's like stories, like dark, like real life stories of like what happens. To like wrestlers, like through their lives and stuff. And one of them was the story of Owen Hart. Which is fucking tragic. Like, if you know the story of Owen Hart, it's tragic.
Yeah. I don't know, like, the full detail,
bro,
but yeah.
They show... Bro, this is the craziest thing I've ever... There's a documentary about this on SBS. On Vice, sorry.
Yeah.
And they show, like, what happened. They don't show, like, obviously how he falls. But what happens was, he was... You know how Shawn Michaels did that bullshit in WrestleMania?
The zip line thing?
Yeah. Pretty much, every time he'll do like Sting. You know how Sting used to zip line down?
Yeah.
He would do something similar. And what happened, the lock of the, what do you call it, that zips into the zip line went.
Yeah.
And he fell, I forget how fucking high it was. It was like, bro, it was like something. I can't imagine how big stadiums are, because it was a stadium that he fell off. So he fell from the top all the way to a ring. What's crazy, Vince kept the fucking event going. So the guy died in the ring, and then just went, yeah,
in the ring, yeah,
because he
died
fell.
in the ring.
And JR's like talking, like, because they have him like talking, like,
Yeah,
what?
commentary. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no. Like they ask him, like,
Oh, they are.
because since he left WWE, like now he can talk about shit. Like no one's controlling him from
of course,
saying what he can say. And he
saying
said
what, yeah.
he felt Owen Hart breeze past his hat.
Oh fuck. Man.
Like apparently he felt like 30 feet or something like that, like straight into the ring. Bro, there's some crazy.
That's so intense, bro.
There's some crazy stories. They have a story about Chris Benoit, which is.
Oh yeah,
bro.
Fuck, that's something I'd like to watch, bro. That's insane, eh?
Bro, what happened to him? Do you remember that guy that used to wear the college suits?
College suits.
Like he was like an ex-football player. And every time he would come out in the ring, he looked like Triple H, but he always wore like a college jacket. Anyway, this guy, right? He after what happened with Chris Benoit, he stopped wrestling, and he became like a brain like person. Like he became like a person because he already had a degree and everything. It's just that he ended up pursuing that instead of wrestling. And bro, they were saying like Chris Benoit's brain, due to concussions and stuff, he had 100-year-old person's brain. They show his brain. His brain is black. Like they actually because what they do is a lot of people can sign off, like people like to donate their brain for like people to work on it and stuff.
Yeah.
And what happens is he said, he goes, yeah, this is what happened. And then like everyone's saying, like Chris Jericho said, he goes, we can't forgive him for what he did, but like that's a big part. That has to be a big part of it. Like, and like this guy asked him, because when he met Chris Benoit, he asked him, he's like, how many concussions do you reckon you've gotten in like your whole career of like wrestling? And he goes, I have no idea. He goes, I can't even count them. And it's just like, rah, like it's so dark. Obviously, that's why the name is Dark Side of the Ring. Like,
yeah, but
it's pretty cool. Like
his whole family.
It's it is dark, but it's very interesting. Like, cause they have the story of Bret Hart where he got screwed by Vince.
Yeah.
Bro, like think about these stories I'm telling you. Bro, this is the craziest one. They have a story of WCW and New Japan going to Korea to do an event. Yeah.
Really?
Going to North Korea.
You gotta link me this shit.
Going to North Korea. Going to North Korea. And wanna know who's the main person headlining it? Muhammad Ali.
Yeah. What the fuck?
It's hilarious, guys. It's one of the funniest stories like I've ever heard. But like, obviously, what else is there?
Imagine if they tried to do that nowadays. Bro.
Oh, never.
Good luck.
Never, bro. Never. Apparently, Hulk Hogan was in it as well. I know Hulk Hogan.
Oh,
Ric Flair. Can you imagine fucking Ric Flair in North Korea, cuz? Whoa!
Game over, bro. Done.
Oh my god.
Get sniped straight away.
Who the fuck is this guy?
You gotta link me this shit.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. There's some mad stories though. Another good one is Macho Man and Elizabeth. They actually have like their story of like what led to them dying and shit.
Oh, true.
Like most of these stories are like all about like someone. It's obviously like it's the dark side of the ring. So leading to
it's some tragic event.
They have a story about Ultimate Warrior, the Road Warriors. This one you will like. Oh, you're not an ECW fan, but it's still a crazy one, which is oh my god, what's his name? You know New Jack? New Jack was this wrestler that was like DMX, bro, but extreme, like crazy, and it's just they tell a story about that. There's heaps of stories, bro. I remember Jimmy Snuka has a story about it as well.
Yeah,
Like,
Superfly Snooker. Yeah,
yeah,
I've seen
bro.
his story. I haven't like seen it, but I know he's got
Bro,
like something else.
it's dark. It's
Isn't
dark.
isn't his daughter wrestling as well?
Yeah, Tamina. Yeah, Tamina.
I
The
wonder
last
which
one that
one.
I've
But
heard,
yeah,
cause I didn't see it, but I heard of it was Jake the Snake. Sorry, which I was like,
Jake
ooh,
the
I
Snake.
would love to hear a story about him because like he's always been like one of
Yeah,
my favorite, and as well Brian Pillman's another one, which was cool. Brian Pillman's that guy that
yeah.
tried to shoot Stone Cold on TV.
Really? I didn't even see that.
Yo,
What?
this is yes, even better. Oh, bro, it's mad. Like, obviously, like, I'm not glorifying it because it's like dark and shit, but it's like it teaches you of like the wrestling business, like how like dark it is.
Oh
Like,
yeah, how mentally challenging and how cutthroat that whole thing
like
is. I'd like to
I'm
see
really curious
documentaries
if
like
they would.
that, but
I'm really curious if they would make one about Eddie, because I have a feeling they're going to.
yeah,
If they've already done one for
they should,
all
man.
these people, because Eddie had a terrible story from what I remember. I remember them even advertising it like he's gotten arrested. He almost OD'd. It's like, what the hell, bro? Like,
Yeah.
he's a
Bro, did you see that thing? Fuck, I watched it live, bro. I can't remember who he was wrestling, but it's like he had a fucking heart attack in the ring,
yeah,
and he was clenching his chest,
yeah.
like really bad.
Yeah.
Oh, bro,
And it's
I remember
weird. It's
watching that
weird
thing.
because he's one of those
Wow.
wrestlers that fakes a lot, like takes dives and
Yeah.
shit, so you don't believe it.
Like,
Oh,
to milk it.
did you ever hear the
to rest
story
it.
of do you remember the Royal Rumble where Batista and John Cena eliminated each other in 2005?
Oh.
Where this was like just before both of them became champions.
No, I can't remember.
What happens? Vince comes into the ring, and when he tries to jump into the ring, I'm not joking, he blows 2 of his hamstrings.
Oh, and he's walking. Bro, I've seen like a video of it, but I didn't.
And he's pointing at. Yeah. He's sitting down and he's pointing at him, going, "Yo."
He's walking. Yeah.
He's walking. He goes into the ring like to jump in, like you know how you slide in. He goes to slide in. Yeah. Bro, what are the chances he blows 2 of his hamstrings while getting into the ring?
You seen the way he fucking walks? It's like he's got something up his ass, bro.
Yeah, that's why Connor stole it. Let's be honest. I'm sick of that shit. Everyone's like, oh, Connor's so original. I'm like, what are you talking about, cuz? That's Vince McMahon's walk.
Oh, that's a Vince McMahon walk, bro.
It's 316 is where you reference like all those wrestlers, like Rob Van Dam. It's funny, you say you don't like ECW, but all the wrestlers that you mention in that are from ECW.
They all they all went ECW.
No, they were from ECW.
I never
like they started, Rob Van Dam started at ECW. Rey Mysterio started at ECW. Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, all of them. Stone Cold.
I thought they were WCW, bro.
Before WCW, they went to ECW. Like, ECW is where most of them blew up. Because Paul Heyman just went, yo, do whatever the fuck you want. And that's where that Stone Cold character came from. He used to be called Stunning Steve Austin. Stunning Steve Austin.
But I remember when he had hair and shit, yeah.
That's what he did. And his tag team partner in WCW was Brian Pillman. That's where that whole thing led into. And in that story, it tells both of their stories.
Wow,
it's cool.
Watch that one.
And Stone Cold actually talks, which was interesting because I was like, oh wow, I'm like, so he's not signed, like he's not under oath or anything. You know what I mean?
I know he started his own podcast as well. I think it's called The Broken Skull.
Yeah, it's mad.
He recently had Randy Orton on it. Yeah. It's
mad. I like his story.
Yeah.
Come on,
RKO, bro. He was the don, bro.
My favorite version of him was the Legend Killer.
The Legend Killer? Was that when he was just hated by everyone?
Yeah, and when he just started attacking legends. He attacked Jimmy. He attacked Jimmy Snuka. That was when he went onto that Undertaker streak and he lost.
Oh,
But I was mad because
really?
like he beat legends. Like he was like on a mad legend run. Like he was wiping out like every legend.
Yeah.
And it was cool. It's like,
Bro,
yo,
when he
like
was
he's
just like punt kicking everyone, bro. When he punt kicked fucking Stephanie
Stephanie.
McMahon, bro, I was like, this card's fucked, lad.
Yeah, that was his. Like
That was
this.
probably like my favorite era of Randy Orton when he
Oh, I
just
thought you were about
went
to
on
say
a
wrestling. I was like,
rampage.
rah.
Nah, not wrestling, bro. Fucking mine was easily like the Attitude Era, bro. Everything Attitude
Have
Era.
you ever like watched like the network and shit?
Nah.
Bro, they have. What's cool is another like documentary thing. They have like a documentary series of all of that, like
Is
the
that
attitude.
wrestling app?
Yeah, but you have to.
My cousin's got it, bro.
But you have to pay for it.
Like,
but what happens is there's an attitude era story, and then which is the coolest one that I've seen is the ruthless aggression.
Yeah.
So this is like John Cena, Rey Mysterio, everyone.
John Cena. When they started coming up and like before it went fucking PG, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's mad because like they
PG shit, bro.
and they told a story of like what happened. Like Paul Heyman, they wanted Paul Heyman on Raw, and he went, nah, I want to go to SmackDown. He goes, I want to make this its own show. Like I want this to be the wrestling show where like all the mad wrestlers. Yeah. And you think about it, at that time it was Kurt Angle, Shelton Benjamin, all the wrestlers were on that, and all the superstars were on Raw.
On Raw is war, baby.
Yeah,
fucking
I love both.
And all that.
I had, but lately I've been watching like
big Raw lad. I was Raw, bro. 100%.
I was SmackDown, no lie, because I like I reckon some of SmackDown's storytelling was sick. Because that's where Teddy Long was on it and shit like that. We're gonna have a tag team match.
Undertaker, University Undertaker. Bro, I swear that was this fucking go-to guy.
You wanna know what's crazy though?
Every fucking time.
Wanna know how I started to notice I liked like bad guys in wrestling? I loved JBL's run when he was the champion. Because he cheated his way out of every title shot. And it was amazing.
Bro, when he was Bradshaw, before he was JBL.
Nah.
And,
Farouk.
What
Farouk.
Farouk. Nah, what was their group called?
APA.
Yeah, bro. And I like Bradshaw then when he had like the long hair and shit. Yeah. But when he went all cowboy, I was like, fuck this girl.
But he was the perfect person for that role. He's a
bro. You know who was better than him? Fucking Alberto Del Rio, lad. He was a bad car, bro.
To be honest, the perfect person would be Cena, but we're never gonna see it. Like I wish, because everyone said like, what about Hulk? Like that's what made Hulk Hogan so big. When he went with the heel shit, I was like, rah. Even Undertaker, I loved Undertaker when he went American Badass. Just cut. Not even American.
Yeah, and he cut.
Not even American Badass. I mean the other one. Oh fuck! It was like Dead Evil or something like that.
Dead Man Walking or some shit. Evil. I know. When it was like motorbike Undertaker.
Yeah, but like when you know
the best one.
You know when he cut off his long hair, it was just short. And he used to just kick the shit out of everyone. He used to beat
everyone,
because he was a heel.
He was a fucking badass, bro.
My favorites have all been heels. Like I noticed like I liked obviously when I was younger. I liked like the hero story and all that shit. But then later on, I got into like heels. I was like, bro, this is sick. Like even now, bro. Like I see like Roman Reigns, like he's a heel. And I'm like, yeah, this is the one. Yeah. Like. When you make him like that, he's a badass. Like that's believable. Yeah. But anyway, like, all right, we'll go off the wrestling.
We gotta do something. We gotta do something separate for wrestling, bro. Because I could talk wrestling all day.
Bro, we gotta make a podcast. If you want to see a podcast of me and Dxvndre just doing wrestling, let's do it.
That shit, bro.
Bro, we'll even do like I don't know. I'll come to your house or some shit. We'll do like reviews and shit. We'll start watching AEW and NXT.
Yeah, bro.
Fuck the main roster shit. Watch AEW and NXT. The rest of the shits.
AEW.
You know what's actually what was cool as well? I don't know if you ever got into it. Was Lucha Underground? Did you ever hear about that?
No.
Cause it was a TV show, but a wrestling show.
Oh, really?
Like it had cinematics of a movie, but as a show, as like a wrestling show.
Oh, I swear. That's hectic.
And like the main guy on it was Ricochet, who's in the WWE now, and he had his character was called Prince Puma. He wore a mask, and it was mad, bro. It was mad. Like so many like wrestlers that are big nowadays, like came from that. John Morrison was on that thing. It was mad. It was.
Oh really?
Yeah, bro.
John Morrison, bro.
Like now he's obviously back in thing, but it was fucking sick, bro. The storytelling behind it was so cool. Like there was this new wrestler, like I never heard of him, but he was like this big jacked guy. Hold on, let me show you. Look how big this guy is, guys.
Fuck is he in it, bro?
And what happened was, bro, but what's crazy, he's as flexible as Ray.
Oh, true.
And so,
agile, huh?
Yeah, so what happened, there's this chick that used to have like this stone. It was like, she would rise him every time.
Yeah.
It's like Paul Bear is like the urn. But it's like that, but with like a rock. It was like a soul stone or some shit like that. And it's mad, because like every time like she would be getting fucked with, she would just go like this, and the guy would just come out of nowhere and just kick people's ass. But bro, there's like five seasons of this thing. At one point, this is crazy. At one point, it was on Netflix.
Oh really?
Yeah, because it's not on it anymore. But yeah, it was called Lucha Underground. It was mad though. Rey Mysterio joined it for a bit. At the end, it was cool. It was like, well, it was crazy, bro. Like the things that would happen, like women would get power drive, they'll like get hit. Like it was crazy. It's just like what the hell? Like it was just like it reminded me of like the old school like wrestling days, and it was just mad. Like it was just different, bro. Like people would come out of the crowd. Like look, this is the entrance. I'll show after we get off this. I'll show you some stuff. But it's crazy, bro. It was just like I remember watching it, and I was just like, "This is mad! Like this is something that," because that's what I liked about TNA. That's what I liked about AEW. I was like, because when I started watching like New Japan and all that stuff around before AEW came around, so like I knew that this AEW company was gonna be sick. I was like, oh, like, I'm like, these guys are like more about underground wrestlers and stuff like that. And then when I saw Chris Jericho was in it, I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, I wasn't expecting this at all.
Yeah,
must be alright then. Yeah, like they're even getting like mainstream like wrestlers. Like even now, bro, there's like a story of who joined them recently. Aleister Black from NXT, the guy that used to do the mad spinning kicks. He's fucking lethal, bro. He started his debut like a few days ago, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, this is sick. It's just cool, bro. I like when, like, you don't expect... It reminded me of WCW, where, like, the people you never expected will just join. And just be like, yep, we're here. We're here now. Like, fuck 100. You, Vince. That's what they pretty much say. Fuck you, Vince. Bro, Mark Henry's there now.
Oh, really?
And Big Show.
The world's strongest man, lad.
And Big Show, cuz.
Big Show too.
I don't know if you ever heard of Andrade Del. Oh my! Like he was in NXT though. He's a mad wrestler, like sick. He's like Ray pretty much. He's even there now.
Yeah.
Like all of like the like WWE. They reckon Cesaro's gonna go there in a few years. Which if he does,
Cesaro, the Canadian guy, yeah.
The one that just uppercuts cunts. Swiss. Yeah. The Swiss guy.
This guy, eh?
Yeah. Alright, let's keep on moving, my bro. Let's keep on moving. Alright, what was your... This is something that's actually pretty interesting. What was your biggest lesson from 2020 because of like lockdown and shit? Like, cause I feel like you were one of like every artist. Let's be honest, every artist got fucked because of it.
Yeah, bro.
So like, did it
100%.
stop anything for you?
I mean, not necessarily, other than like music videos and shows.
Yeah,
But I think the whole creative process, nah, like it was a blessing in disguise, you know what
yeah,
I mean? Like when the COVID shit happened, I mean music was definitely a priority, but it was more so providing.
yeah,
Like I wasn't like I was thinking about my job, thinking about my family. So, you know, and music, like I know like I could always write. And
yeah.
like now that I've got like my own little setup at home, just come over one time, bro. But yeah, once I got my little setup at
Let's
home,
go.
bro, like I was pretty set, bro. Like
Fucking
I
oath.
was all good. It was just the whole shows and like wanting to put videos out because you know visuals sell nowadays, bro.
Yeah,
So
100%. That's
you
for
know what I
sure.
mean?
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, kind of
Even now
sad,
though,
but
but was there anything that you
yeah.
were working on now that like it stopped you from doing
On
or now?
what's that? Sorry.
Like even now, like because lockdown hit again, obviously. Like, has it stopped
Oh
you from
yeah.
doing anything?
Oh, bro. I had more visuals lined up, bro. I wanted to do a fucking video for a new single that I got coming out, bro. A whole new EP, by the way.
I've heard.
EP dropping this year,
I've
bro.
heard. I've heard.
Fuck yeah.
I've heard a little.
You know
You know.
what you know what we're calling it, bro? Road to WrestleMania, bro. Fucking know. Road to
Fucking hell.
WrestleMania. Fuck
Bro,
yeah.
that should be your dream to do what Bad Bunny did and perform at WrestleMania.
Bro, 100%, lad.
Bro,
That's I mean like
when I saw that, I was like,
yeah,
what the
bro.
hell? Like, you just let people perform now? Like, hey,
Just perform it. Yeah,
like
bro, that'll be
that was a big
fucking
thing for me, bro. Because I'm like, I'm Latin background, so to see like a Latin
yeah,
artist get
exactly.
something like that,
Yeah.
hey, okay,
Yeah,
fucking hell. Like
hard.
that's cool. It's different.
It's
All
dope.
right, we're
It's
gonna
dope.
go into deeper shit now about the scene.
Alright, let's go, bro. Let's go.
Um,
Oh wait, bro, I feel like he's getting hold on. I'm gonna
you're good,
turn on
bro.
the light real quick cut.
Do what you gotta do, bro. Um,
Oh, deeper shit you say, huh?
yeah,
Well,
cuz.
hold on. I'm gotta get my fucking water, G.
You're good.
Shit could get crazy right now
Hey,
from what you're saying.
hey.
Alright, what's up?
Um,
Tell me, bro.
alright. This is something that I've asked everyone, so it's perfect to ask you as well. What's the harshest reality of the scene?
Harshest reality of the scene,
Yeah.
man.
Or even just the
Fucking
music
too many.
industry in general.
Um, I think the main thing that pisses me off, is that the really good artists are always overlooked, bro. It's not how you do it, it's who you know who does it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's not like it's who you know, not what you do. But I mean, in saying that, like I love that shit. As
Yeah.
you know, as much as it plays with my mental a bit, but I
Yeah.
bring myself to reality and think, fuck, bro, I'm an underdog, bro. I love that shit. So
Yeah, I get you.
you just got to prove them wrong,
Fucking
bro.
oath.
Yeah.
That's dope. Alright, I got another one for you, but this is a two-part question.
Yeah, bro, hit me with the fucking combos,
So
man. I'm ready,
this
lad.
is kind of the perfect what you just answered, but you could probably elaborate more. What's
Yeah,
one thing that people in the
yeah.
scene focus on too much?
Focus on too much of what people fucking think about them, bro. Of what's trending, and like, not they're not worried about making from what's in here, or about what's going on around them. You know what I mean? Like,
100%.
there's a difference. There's a difference between influence and biting, brother. Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like it's gravitating towards the biting too much. I
Yeah.
mean, it's sad. Like, yeah, fuck. If you want to get quick paper, go follow everyone, bro. Like,
Yeah.
go fucking make a drill track, and I mean, not necessarily drill. Like, I mean, you know, just do what everyone else is doing, bro. Like,
Yeah, I get you.
yeah. I mean, fuck. It
Um,
is what it is.
and as well,
Yeah.
what's one thing they don't focus on enough?
Fucking this, bro. This right here, and this. Not they're focused on like what's going on around them, and not what's worried at home. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
they just feel like they're just trying to please too many people, not pleasing themselves with the music that they're making. So,
100%.
I
For
mean,
me, I'll say what's one thing that they focus on too much. And for me, it's artists focus too much on other artists.
100%. And like,
Like they
it could
don't
be,
like for example, right? I've seen this happen all the time where bro, I've been in the scene long enough to see this. Like where it's just like, oh, he like for example, I've heard beefs happen because they thought they were biting each other's style and stuff like that. And it's just like, bro, like maybe you just make the same music, cuz. You know? Like that there is a
100.
that happens.
Exactly.
Like you're of course
Yeah.
you're gonna be influenced by the people that like you listen like for example, like if you listen to someone,
Yeah.
you're gonna be influenced by them.
Yeah.
And it's
100%.
like I've been listening to a lot about all this bullshit. You already know what I'm going on about. Like all this bullshit about like, nah, like I've been seeing pages complaining, like a lot of people complaining about like the music is like all the same and all that stuff. And that's where like I don't know if you saw there was a post recently about that, and I commented saying, "Well, you're not looking at the right place. You're like, I feel like a lot of
True.
people, but this is the thing. This is why people say that because people used to say that in the US scene before Joey came out, before Tyler came out, before ASAP, before because I feel like that was the generation that changed everything. Like besides Kanye and stuff, when the clicks came back around. Because you gotta remember, when ASAP came around, the whole mob came around. So this all happened within a few years. ASAP mob came out, Odd Future came out, Pro Era came out, Good Music came out with like their whole clique stuff.
Yeah. That
and
whole label.
Mac Miller started to come out. Like all these artists that were like changing everything. They were like, yo, like this is how the music's, and that's what in my opinion, opened. Like Pro Era as well, they opened the US scene. They're like, yo, we can do whatever sound we want. Just start Frank Ocean with Odd Future doing singing.
Yeah.
And then after, whenever he'd fuck around, he'll rap.
Yeah.
Like Oldie, they made Oldie, which is a 13-minute track of just like a freestyle.
Just,
and it's
that's a fucking
bro. L Sweatshirt's rapping for like 10 minutes on that track.
Bro, man, that.
And what made me amazed about that song,
crazy.
The reason I really like that song the most, the music video. The music video is just done at a photo shoot.
Natural.
At a photo shoot. The photo guy's like, I'm trying to take the photo, and Tyler's like, get the fuck out of the way. Like,
yeah, and he's like, he goes to stop recording. He's like, nah, fuck you come back and record. Yeah.
And to me, like, that's what I noticed. I was like, wow, I'm like, there's a lot of new generation. Like, that was and I can't wait. Like, it's happening for Australia, but I can't wait for, like, what you said, they get noticed. Do you know what my biggest problem, like, I wouldn't say it's a harsh reality or anything like that, but it's more like what I would, like, if not change, it wouldn't be something that I would change, but I feel like the media pages, like, besides me and a few other people, like, they focus too much on what's popping instead of focusing on what's coming up.
Scene.
No, but instead of what's coming up. Like, for example, imagine that's like us running a wrestling business. You see a young up-and-coming guy that you see can be a star. And I just go, nah, bro, ignore him. Ignore him. Let's bring back John Cena, bro. That's what WWE used to do. That's why it's...
exactly.
Like, you know how people say it's not as good as it used to be? You know why? Back when we grew up, besides like all the like mad stuff that happened, how many people, like when Rock would go away, Jericho would be put there. When Stone Cold would be injured, Triple H went, alright, I'm the heel now. Fuck yeah, like I hate all of you. So I'm gonna start destroying everyone. Like they always found a way to fill a gap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
because what happened was like there would be random moments where Chris Jericho would verse someone like The Rock and he would almost beat him or he would just lose.
Yeah.
And it'll be like, oh, okay, so whenever they meet each other again, he's gonna remember that. He's gonna
remember that. Yeah.
And like that's the thing. It's like with this. It's like with music, bro. For me, like for example, I think like when I see like artists and stuff like nowadays, like not artists but media pages and stuff, they focus too much on what's gonna make them blow up. What's gonna make them pop. Instead of being like, I'm thinking of doing something which I thought of it today and I'm gonna start doing it. I'm gonna start posting like not like you know how I made the playlist for Next Up? I'm gonna start doing something similar like that, but it's like a YouTube/Instagram series where if you notice, I don't know if you saw it today, but I did a post about this young kid from Perth, young Pascal. I did this post where I was like, and I wrote, "Do y'all know about what do you know about young Pascal?" And what it was one of his tracks, then one of his unreleased tracks, and then it was him performing live. It was a free slide.
True.
And,
free slide.
And I was thinking, I'm like, I might do this, like, and for other artists that don't get that exposure. Yeah. And I'm gonna start. I want to start doing that because. Like, that's the whole reason I started this. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I want my fans to get to know you. I want my fans to get to know Ilp. I want my fans to get to know Gamirez, King Malik. Like, people that you don't know, bro. Like, it makes you go, oh, like...
Exactly.
Because I feel like another big thing is... Cursor put this up the other day, and it's true. It's 100% true.
Oh, I think
people gotta stop focusing on followers. And start focusing on their supporters.
About the supporters. 100%, bro. 100%.
And that's to media pages as well. Like, I stopped focusing on subscribers and followers. I'm going to post what I like. If you don't like it.
Exactly.
Laters, bro.
Exactly right.
There's a lot of people that, like, message me nowadays. And they're like, oh, I've noticed you stopped reacting to this person. I noticed you stopped reacting to this person. And I'm like, bro, they're already big enough. I don't have to push them anymore.
Yeah.
There's a few artists that, like, they're already there, cuz it's like, unless I really like their stuff, I will react to them. Perfect example is 1-4. I just like their music.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just a big fan of their music. Like,
yeah, they're dope, bro. They've definitely taken Aussie hip hop to another fucking level.
And for me, like
you can't knock that shit.
What amazed me about them was their punch power. If you get what I mean by that.
Yeah.
They came into the scene.
Guns blazing.
And then now, 3 of them are gone, and they're still...
Yeah. They're still relevant.
They're still... Like, they held their own. And what's interesting...
more than relevant, you know what I mean?
What's interesting is I'm going to have a few of their producers on here.
Yeah, bro.
And I'm gonna
shout out to their whole team.
I'm gonna have their manager on here as well soon.
Yeah.
And I remember him telling me a story about when YP Lex got locked up, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And he was saying that JMs and Shelly, they made a pact where it's like we fought it. Shelly, sorry. Oh, not Shelly. Shelly. No, what's his name? Spenny. Sorry.
Yeah.
Spenny.
You say Shelly and JM.
You know what? But yeah, JMs and Spenny, like, they made a pact. And it was like, we're either gonna fall together or we're gonna keep this motherfucking thing going and we're not gonna stop. Do you know how many people would have stopped and just went, yeah, we're not making music anymore?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, that whole story itself, bro, you gotta give props to.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, as everyone says, like, I don't glorify what they rap about, but it's a fucking reality. You know what I mean?
Right.
It just happens.
Like I said to everyone, I don't know if you ever saw my city reaction about that, but everyone's like, you know how they blame, because in the track they say that they blame us for drill, they blame us for this, they blame us for
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Yeah.
Bro, if you ever listen to Joel Turner's music, Joel Turner was talking about that in 2004.
Bro, cuz been talking about that since the 80s, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what's the fucking difference? Like,
It's just
everyone
they
listens
try to
to that
find
shit.
it. They try to find new people to
Just try to
blame.
find reasons
GT.
to,
They tried to
exactly,
blame
bro.
GTA. They tried to blame wrestling. They tried to blame South Park. They tried to blame The
It all
Simpsons.
just depends on, like, if if you're not mentally stable, like, no offense, but, like, if you feel like that offends you, then don't go towards it. You know what I mean? Like,
Leave.
if I say I don't like, I fucking hate spiders, bro.
Yeah,
If I don't like spiders, bro, I'm not gonna fucking go next to a spider. You know
bro.
what I mean?
If you
Like,
don't
it's
like
just that
if you
easy
don't
to
like
avoid, bro.
spiders, you're not gonna go on a show like Survivor, where you put or Fear Factor, where you might have
No
to
way.
face your
I'm
fears.
fucking suing everyone if I go on that.
But you know what I
I
mean?
would not fucking do that shit.
Like, see,
Exactly right.
that's
That's
where
my
and
point
that's
there.
my point about the part where everyone's like, everyone's making the same music. It's like, bro, listen to my playlist then. My playlist, half of the people don't sound like anyone else in the scene.
Different, bro.
Like, look
Exactly.
at the gig, bro. That
100%.
you said it at the gig. You're
Yeah.
like, yo, like
100.
everyone's different. No one sounds alike at all.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know, Dxvndre was on myself, Johnny's, and Bart Excel's gig, which was
Yeah.
Dead Set Fest.
Dead set first, bro. It was good.
And
It was good. Everyone
I
had
remember,
everyone brings something to the table, bro.
and everyone
It
had
was
their own
good.
sound. And I feel like that was such
Exactly
a big
right, bro.
thing. And see, that's the thing as
Yeah.
well. People that put on gigs, bro, they just put on the same people. It's
Exactly.
like, it's like, oh,
Yeah, I know
I've
what you mean.
seen this guy. Why would I want to watch you? I've seen this lineup 10 times. Why would I want to watch it? It's like, come on, man.
Support, brother.
You know?
The support, brother.
Bro,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
it's not like that. Like, my last answer, you would have liked this one. My last answer for the harshest reality is friends don't really support their friends.
Cause don't even
like I
like,
said to Il, and Il couldn't stop laughing. I was like, if my followers and subscribers actually supported me, cuz who knows how much I would be getting fucking paid.
Exactly. And yeah. Oh yeah, that is a fucking perfect one. Like the when your friends don't actually support you. I mean, like I have.
Cuz how hard is it to hit a share button?
Bro, but
they just have to hit for
exactly,
you. Like, they just have to share it. It's
yeah. Oh, it's fucking ridiculous.
Oh, that's a perfect answer for
but,
the harshest
well, yeah,
reality.
that's
I don't know why my app keeps on closing and it's pissing me off. Cause
sort that shit out, bro.
what did I ask what's one thing we will change, eh? Yeah. What's the one thing people focus on too much? Yeah. Alright, this is perfect because since you know a lot, who's gonna be the next? Who's gonna be the next? Like, who's next up to you to like have a big leap?
Big leap, man. I mean, there's a lot of people I want to see have that big leap. They fucking deserve it. They deserve it. Bro, I reckon Ratu, my man Ratu, he deserves all the fucking credit, bro. Like he's crazy. I know he likes the shadows a lot, but he deserves his shine. But you know who I reckon will fucking blow up, bro? Z Pluto, lad. I reckon he's got something.
That was my answer.
He's the man. Oh, true.
So
like,
yeah,
I've only
you explain because it's different. It's different from me.
I've only met the Uso. I've only met the Us like maybe twice or 3 times.
Because I remember we saw him at Bodega as well.
Damn. Oh yeah.
Because you went to both, right? You went to both bodegas, right? The one that you performed at, and then the first one.
I think so.
Where Z Pluto performed.
Yeah. So I think 3 times, and then the 3rd time at our show.
Yeah.
But no, he's dope, bro. Like, I mean, I'm not necessarily into that whole sound, but I know that sound's in right now, and I like he's got it, bro. Like, I reckon
Even
has the
performing
potential to
live,
blow
bro.
up.
Like, I remember I
Yeah,
shared
he's
the
got
video
energy.
of him performing Bones, and everyone likes it, where he's doing a baby,
Yeah.
what's wrong? And he just crashes his bones. It's just like, bro, like, that's sick.
Nah, he's got it, bro. He's got
Yeah.
it. But
Anyone
man,
else?
like Ratu, fuck, you got me on the spot, bro. I want to see Mavs and Bigs up, bro. Like I know, like they're already well on their way, but I think they deserve it a lot, bro. Like they're definitely as much as they are noticed in the scene, I still feel like they're overlooked so much,
Do you
bro.
know what
And they
I? Do you know
shouldn't
what
be.
I? Do you know what I said about them?
So
They've replaced Elijah Yo, and what I mean by that is no, you get this. They're area famous. They're more area famous than Australia famous. If you remember, that's what Elijah Yo was. He's so known, like, in West Sydney. Like, if you're from West Sydney, you know Elijah Yo, you know Biggs, you know Spacely.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, exactly.
they're so
like those
big.
dudes too, like that whole 48.
They're so part, but you know what I mean? Like, they're so part of the West Sydney scene.
Yeah,
It's like no one else wants to see them win because they're repping a code, like an area.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
you know what I mean? Like, but I reckon sooner
it's
than
not
later.
on some gang shit. It's more so on like being proud of where you're from.
Yeah.
Like that's where people get it twisted. Like
Yeah.
you know, I rep 6'5". I rep Ingleburn because I literally my whole life in Ingleburn, like 18 years of my life in Ingleburn, like you know what I mean.
100%.
So
Alright, let me name a few. Let me think of a few. Like right now, I'm trying to think of people outside of Sydney because every answer so far that I've done has been from Sydney. So I have a few from Sydney, and then I'm trying to think of people like outside of Sydney. What else do I have? I'm trying to think.
I got some boys up in Brisbane.
Mm-hmm.
Steez, bro, Steez, and the whole 4K conglomerate that they got, Bane as well. I think he might have followed you or some shit.
Yeah.
He's spoken to
I
me
know
about
who they
you
are.
a few times. Yeah, like just I think their group, man, their clique that they got right now,
100%.
is
Oh,
dangerous.
I actually know.
I think it's
got.
Imperial
Yeah,
Collective.
Imperial Collective. Yeah.
Imperial Collective. I think that could be it. I could be wrong.
I
But
told you. That's yeah. They had one of the
that whole
greatest
group.
music videos of like Oz history
100.
with the
But
cars.
I think that's their
That's what they call.
Yeah.
That's what they call Imperial Collective.
Lisa?
Yeah.
Right. I apologize
You're
if
right.
he
You're
watches
right.
this and I'm pronouncing
You're
his name
right.
wrong, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like him, like Steez and K and all that, like I just think they've got some strong shit. I've been talking to Steez a lot, bro, so
Yeah.
hopefully
Well, my last
do
answer
shit
with
so.
Illy was Corrupt Consortium. I feel like they're
Consortium. Oh, bro. I mean, like, fuck. That's what I mean. Like, LP, his whole dark side thing. Like, they have that power, bro. Like,
he reckons they don't have it yet. He said in the last episode.
Look, if he can say that, then fine by him. But I reckon they've got something, bro.
Yeah,
you know
bro.
I mean?
To sell out their first, to sell out a gig like that, it's not that easy.
Exactly right, bro. And LP isn't just an artist, bro.
My last answer from
well.
the last week was Vinny, because I reckon Vinny, if he actually takes shit seriously, he could blow. I still listen to Tell Me now, like, you need to tell me, is it easy as it looks? If it is, then why you look shook? But yeah, bro, no lie, I wish there was still a group, but GYB would have been the head of every answer.
Yeah, man, GYB.
Oh, actually, I got one. INQ.
Yeah, like, see, I mean, all these artists
to
that
me,
I can't think of at the top of my head,
INQ, if you've ever seen them live, INQ have one of the best fan bases live. Yeah. Like, I don't want to waste my time. I just want to get another group.
They're groovy dudes.
I would have to say No Intent.
No Intent, man. See, overlooked. That's what I mean.
They
like,
are
these guys,
bro,
are making better music than like majority of us. Like no intent, bro. Like their
What's
music is
amazing about
fucking
them? It's an
insane.
east side listener and a West Coast
Yeah,
listener
yeah.
going together. Like I was talking to Fivey about this, and she
So,
said
bro.
that she goes, Stevie's more of the. I think it was Stevie's more of the West, and
Yeah, he's more of
Fivey's
the
more
West.
of
I
the
can hear,
East.
yeah, 5E is like got that real bounce.
She's
Like she
living.
just rides the beat. Like, yeah, she's crazy.
She is filthy on a mic, bro. Like, remember when we saw him
She's
live
crazy, bro.
at
Yeah, I was I mean, like I was listening to them before that, but that was the first time I seen them live, and it was 10 times better. You know what's like the most satisfying thing is when you hear an artist on Spotify and all that, and you listen to them, and they're so much better live. Like
It's because
that, you
you
know,
get
like
to see
that
their
shit is
character.
exactly.
Like
And
that
like
was
you get to see
cool.
if they're like real MCs or
Yeah.
you know what I
What
mean.
the
Like
fuck just happened?
yeah,
Hello?
but yeah, no intent, INQ, like even
Alright,
like
sorry,
is gonna
we're
take
back.
that
We
leap.
had technical difficulties.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell happened. My whole recording froze, but I still got
Oh,
everything that I needed. So luckily, but yeah, what we're talking about, we're talking about 5e. I feel like no intent, and for me, I feel like 5e, bro. I think what makes her so good as well is her accent, like her Croatian accent. It's so thick
yeah,
that when she
yeah,
raps, she's so vicious on it.
yeah. Her cadence is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Her
I remember
cadence on like
hearing her and
rhyme schemes and flows.
I was like, rah, I was like, how is this possible? Like,
Oh,
she raps harder than most males in this scene.
100%, bro. She definitely take the cup on that, bro.
Yeah.
100.
Let's go. I'll go to Brizzy. For me, Brizzy. There's some people. I'm trying to think
Yeah,
of people
Brizzy.
that I haven't said because I know a few people in Brizzy. Oh, you know who's actually I reckon who might get a little bit more of a push than he already has is Sparky. I don't know if you've heard of him. I can't.
Sparky Navy, I think.
Yeah, and he made
Oh, is that his name on Insta?
Sparky Navy. That's his name.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And he made
yeah,
music. Him and Joe Weezy. I reckon they could make a big push.
yeah.
Who do you call?
I
Who do
haven't
you
really,
rep?
nah,
Let's go,
I haven't really followed on. I don't really know much of Sparky's stuff.
But
I'm
they're
sure he does.
cold, bro. Like
Yeah, I gotta suss them out.
combined, they're like a mad, like kind of
Yeah,
like little duo, like a back-to-back
yeah.
thing, which is pretty cool. I'll go
Bro,
with
you know
Mel.
who's cold? Knox, bro. Knox is
So I don't
Knox
want to
is
hear no
something,
chat.
bro. Yeah, he's cold, bro.
You see you see him trolling the New South Wales fans, and he's like, at least I
Nah,
can
I
walk
don't want to
outside of my
fucking see it.
house.
I don't want to fucking see that shit anyway, bro.
You
He's a
know,
dope artist. When it comes to Queensland and New South Wales, fuck all that
you know
shit,
what?
bro.
I would have to say Amul, bro.
I'm MC.
That
Yeah, nah,
guy
he's dope as well,
is
bro.
he's bro. He was born
When I
with a mic. I swear he was born with a mic. The way he
when did
expresses
I first
himself.
see Amo, you know, bro, there was this video of Amo and
Was it the Melbourne diss?
yeah, bro. Oh my
Want to know
god,
who I
that
found
whole
out?
thing.
Want to know who I found out about through that Melbourne diss? I don't know if you've heard of her, Kraayziie from Melbourne. She was the only female MC to diss Melbourne, and she rinsed
fucked
him.
him up, bro.
She did it on the
Fucked him up.
on the AOB.
She Islander?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the one that called him
Yeah,
Ronald.
she
She rinsed
fucked
him.
him up, bro.
I can't wait to
remember
have
that.
Melbourne actually on this. Melbourne wants to jump on this, so I can't wait to actually talk to him about
He's
that
dope.
whole.
You know, I actually made a reaction too, bro. Oh,
What?
crazy, like.
To what?
Yeah, bro. I replied to Melbourne, bro.
Oh.
It got some mad traction too. It got like over 10K views on
Bro,
Facebook.
everyone was dissing Melbourne.
Was, bro, hard, but like it
That's
worked in his
that's
favor.
where I gave him
Shout
his
out to
credit.
him.
Like I talk to him now and then, and I said to him, I go, do you know what amazed me about you? And he goes, what? I go, you had a whole scene attacking you.
But he had the whole country going at him, bro. But hey, he took it like a champ.
I remember
like I said, bro,
Mez
he's
dissed him,
as well.
Lazy J dissed him.
Well, I think even fucking who else? But everyone dissed him. Him and that Lazy J thing was cool.
Yeah.
Cool to watch. That was cool to watch.
But I can't wait to actually I want to really have Melbourne on here because I would love to hear him talk about that.
Yeah.
Because like, his
dope
development from that to what he does now is insane. Like, once he dropped the American accent, it's crazy to see like how far he made it. And that's what everyone wanted him to do. Everyone just wanted him to drop that accent.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, he's a dope artist, bro. I'll give it to him. Like,
and that's how I found out about Kraayziie, which she's another one. But what pisses me off, I wouldn't say that she hasn't blown up, but she hasn't blown up in Australia, but she's blown up all over the world. She was, from what I remember, she was the first underground artist to have 6.89 mil.
On what?
On YouTube.
Views?
Yeah.
Fuck, really?
She made a track about suicide. And bro, I swear it was on Time magazine or something at one point.
That's dope, bro.
Like, what? And that's the funny part, because on her recent track, she mentions that, because everyone's like, oh, you rap like 1-4. She's like, I've been rapping before them. I was popular before 1-4.
Yeah.
Like, I'll tell you, I'll look at a video of hers now. I know this because I've known her since that Melbourne diss. Because that was 8 years ago. 8 years ago. So that's way before.
Crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, trying to think,
Hold on, let me tell you.
Fuck, that was a long time ago, bro.
I'll tell you what the song was. It was called Suicidal or something like that. It was original. It came out. This is a repost. So who knows when it actually came out? The repost came out 7 years ago.
7 years ago.
So it's probably even further than that. And I remember hearing about her, like, because of the Melbourne diss, and I was just like, she started rapping 8 years ago. Or she's been, like... Bro, like, it's ridiculous. Her numbers... Alright, here we go. She did our worst remix by Dxvndre Aiko. It's 7.6 mil. 7 years ago that came out.
Bro. Numbers.
And I remember,
it's crazy.
I remember hearing about her. Because she was, I was like, ooh, a female dissing Melbourne, this is interesting. Click on that. And then the first, I need you, the fucking AOB, I was like, ooh, this is interesting. And then she just went in on him, and I was just like, ooh, like, okay.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that, bro. Yeah, she went fucking hard, bro.
She ripped a hole in him, and he even admitted that. Like, she was the one that just went, yeah, like, who are you? I swear she starts it by, Ronald, you're a bitch, or something like that. It's just like, rah, like, I'd love to get her on this show as well. It would be cool to, like, talk to her about that. Like, before, do what's crazy about her? I've been seeing, like, TikTok artists and stuff. Bro, females steal her bars.
Oh.
And
TikTok.
like,
don't get me started on TikTok, bro.
I was watching, like, I was just listening to, like, someone on TikTok, and like, cause someone shared it to me, like, oh yeah, check this chick out. She's cold, la la la, and I'm like, alright, yeah, cool, I'll check it out. And I just hear the bars, and I'm like, rah, I recognize these bars, and I message her, and I'm like, oh yeah, I go, I'm not sure if I'm tripping out or what. I go, well, listen to this. And I played it to her. And she's like, nah. She's like, yeah, those are my bars. And I was just like, I thought so. I'm like, I recognize them. And she's like, bro.
My G. My man, big fan, bro.
Bro,
Fucking nice.
she's cold, bro. To me, like, I love hearing, like, cause I didn't just grow up with male rappers, bro. I grew up with female rappers. I remember Eve
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff like that. Like, they were hard
Eve.
rappers as well.
Yeah,
Like, they
100.
wouldn't just rap about like sex and shit.
Yeah, nah, man. I have a lot of like female rappers, bro, that I definitely thought like were
For
really dope.
me,
MC
a
Light,
good person right now is Rico. That chick is
Rico
cold,
Nasty.
man.
Yeah, she's hard, bro.
Bro, she's
She's hard.
born with the mic. There's certain people that were
Yeah,
born with a mic in there. Yeah, I would even say Megan Thee Stallion's like that, to be honest. She's cold.
yeah.
No, like when she
I don't really. I
okay,
don't.
when she
I
raps,
don't really.
when she doesn't focus on the. See, you probably hear mainstream. Do you know who was a perfect
Oh
example
yeah,
as
I
well?
don't.
Nikki was a perfect example.
Yeah.
Her old
Oh, I know
Nikki.
Nikki could. Yeah,
But
Nikki could spit, bro.
I mean
I know
straight
people.
Nikki. Like when she's like, she doesn't have anything done on her. There's a video of her old school, like she spits bars.
Yeah,
It's so funny that
bro.
like she,
That verse she did on Monster.
yeah,
That verse she did on Monster. Insane, bro.
bro. Like, but what's funny is like
Mm.
at that point, like when you think about it, she had a similar story to Meek, and that's why it always amazed me how they dated each other, because it was like their stories pretty fucking similar. They started as street rappers, and then they blew up to go mainstream. But yeah, it's crazy. Let me see. Is there anything else? What will we talk about? Oh, we'll talk about the big jump. I'm probably gonna name one more person, and I would say your boy.
bro.
He's from Perth as well. Your boy Mars. He got a
No.
bro. He got a big shout out by Russ a couple months ago. By Russ from the US. I have to make sure which Russ because there's so many Russes now.
Yeah, so many Russ. Wait, who got the shout out?
A guy called Your Boy Mars. He's from Perth. I've shared some of his stuff before, but I'll send you some stuff if you want to hear him. I'll send you some stuff.
Yeah, bro, hard. About. Like I want to hear all this shit. Like I like sussing
you know
out
what
the
we
scene.
can do? After we get off this, I could do a share screen and I could show you these artists.
Oh, show me some shit. Yeah, bro.
And alright, this is one that's pretty interesting and I reckon you would like this as well. This is probably I would say this is most likely the last question.
Yeah, or G.
What's the hardest transition you've made so far? Like, what was the hardest transition for you?
Transition.
Like in the scene.
In what sense though? Like in the scene?
Like just making music and stuff. Because like you said, you noticed there was points where you're like, oh, I might have to change up some shit. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, I mean, like
I feel like one of your biggest transitions was like, for what you've answered to me was like, you're like, bro, I have to focus on music videos.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably the most difficult thing to focus on because you want to try and make music videos that are kind of unique. I don't really have like the vision for that. I mean, I do in some aspects. I do, but like,
I wish I was available for your 316. Because do you know what? Do you know I had an idea and I wanted to bring it up to you, but I was too scared to.
Nah, bro.
What we should have done, I was gonna say to you, you should have had me as like your JR.
Bro, that would have been hectic. But I think you were busy.
I was busy.
Sick or something.
Yeah, I was sick.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say to you, I'm like, imagine me as your JR. Like, you know how Stone Cold.
Yeah, you talking that shit.
You know how Stone Cold has JR.
Yeah. That would have been bad,
DeAndre! He did it!
Be my fucking Paul Heyman lad. Yeah, the boy.
I don't drink beer, but we could have shared a beer.
We smashed the beer. All that shit. But yeah, I feel like visuals are definitely like one of the hardest things I've had to do. But like, as in like a whole transition aspect, I mean, everything's just worked out pretty smooth lately.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always your speed humps and shit, but you know, I mean, like I haven't had like any crazy stoppages or like any
Don't
fucking
worry, there'll
obstacles
be a
that like,
part two where I'll ask you the same
oh,
question again, and I bet you.
bro, hard. I reckon ask me in fucking in a year's time, bro. I'll think of something. But right
Well,
now,
I've already asked every
smooth
episode if
sailing,
everyone
bro.
wants another episode. Pretty much everyone. You know
Come
what's
on,
crazy?
cuz.
With Ill's one, we didn't even start talking about his album.
Oh yeah.
Bro, so we have like a whole like episode that we have to do. Like I said to him,
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
like, cuz we literally have to do another episode. And he's like, what are you talking about? I go, we didn't even talk about your album. And he went, oh shit. And we didn't even talk about Hostile Takeover either. So like that's two big parts for him that we haven't even...
Yeah.
Nah, bro, we spoke about so much other shit that was correct. Like we spoke about him meeting Scap, like him meeting the whole crew and stuff, and that like branched out into like heaps of different stories and stuff.
That's gonna be a mad story. Like I don't even know that story.
Yeah.
So,
Actually,
I mean, it's mad to hear like
say
artists
that.
meeting
How
each other.
did you meet Biggs?
How did I meet Biggs?
Question: did you and Biggs record together, like on that tracks that you did, or was it like, or did he send?
Bro, I just sent him something.
Like,
yeah.
Has there been anyone that like you've collabed with, like in a studio?
In the studio, yeah, Marv's and Elijah Yo.
Okay,
you know that.
Even better. How did that go about?
Oh, fuck, bro! It was.
We're talking about stories. This is the perfect thing.
The chemistry was fucking mad. Like I think
big love to Elijah. Yeah,
I don't think it was the first time I met Marv's. It might have been. I can't remember. But I hit up Elijah. Yo, this was to record that Better track.
Yeah.
So
which is part of your album.
The mixtape. Sorry, yeah. So I hit up Elijah. Like we've been talking, like, and we've met up a few times.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, Oos, like, have you got a space to record at? He's like, yeah, I'm at the studio right now. Like, come, like, pull up. I was like, yeah, fucking earth. So I drove to Blacktown. We met up, and like, I've already showed him the beat by now, and he's already got his verse ready. He's like, here, here's my verse. Listen to my verse. I was like, yeah, bro, that's fucking hard. And then I recorded my verse. Like, see, I just sent them the instrumental, and then I sent them the timestamps to when to start rapping, because I was like, fuck, I gotta suss out my verse and shit. So I sent them the timestamps.
Yeah.
And then Marv's came like maybe like half an hour later. Me and Elijah have already got our verses. And then I told Marv's his little timestamp. Bro, he came up with the hook in like 10 minutes, bro. He had a hook. He heard it. Bro, that Method Man scene happened at the studio, bro. So we came, he sung the hook, and then he heard our verses. He's like, nah, I gotta rewrite this shit. And then he came up with the best hook, bro. I'm pretty sure that's how it went down, lads.
How did the hook go? Let him know. Let him know how the hook went.
Yeah. Oh, nah. I can't remember. I'm no singer as well, bro. But I just remember, like, he came and he had, like, an idea. And then he scrapped it. And then came up with the hook that it is now, like 10 minutes, bro.
Fucking earth. Well, how did the Biggs one
and we got
around?
fucking Macca's
afterwards? That's actually a good person to talk about as well. How did the Biggs one happen?
Yeah. So me and Biggs met at we met at a backyard show, bro. Shout out my boy Leroy Perez. He's the man, bro.
Yeah, I know, bro. I know him.
Yeah, yeah. So he had like this big backyard space or like this big spare room that he wanted to use before he moved out.
Yeah.
So he put on like this massive show, bro. It was I think it was like Daddy Zed, him, my boy Doe Ramada, and then me and then Biggs.
Yeah.
So I met Biggs, and then I met Elijah Yo at that show as well, which was dope. And we just clicked, bro. I mean, like we were always talking on like
Biggs.
Instagram and shit. But
I have no idea
we met at that show.
I think I met Biggs. I would have met Biggs at same as I would have met Biggs at People's person. I think
Yeah.
the first big People's and Persons ever. That lineup, bro. If they kept the lineup that it was meant to be, it would have been one of the biggest gigs like ever. It was meant
Was
to,
that the one with Hooligan Hefs in that?
yeah, but it was meant to be Hooligan Hef, Husky, Cash Cow, Spacely, and Isaac. Obviously, Isaac performed on that set, but Husky
Well,
and
Husky went inside,
Cash Cow both went inside, bro. The night before the gig.
Oh wow.
Oh, and sorry, and Elijah Yo. Elijah Yo was on that gig as well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, he was on that gig. Bro, I remember they did a thing, yeah? Get this, bro. I remember they did a thing. When was the show? 2019, yeah?
Yeah, around that. 20.
I remember, like, do you remember how they put a little thing out, like, oh, if you're an artist and want to fucking jump on the thing, like, message us?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
I think they did. They did like a little call up. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. I could be thinking about something else. But they did a little call up, bro, and I full messaged. I think I got left on the scene.
Because what ended up happening was, because that's when I met Free Souls as well. Because Free Souls performed Black Thoughts with Elijah Yo.
Yeah, with Elijah. What a fucking track, bro. That's a track.
And what happened? From what I remember, who replaced was Forte and Mitros.
Yep.
And I forget who the last artist was. I could not. And Cash King, which is Cash Cow's brother. He ended up doing his set pretty much. He practically performed all of Cash Cow's songs. And
real brother shit, like.
Yeah, it was like, but bro, I remember talking to one of my homies, like, because we'll go into the gig. And I'm like, bro, like, and I thought about Space, like, because I'm like, oh, Spacely's gonna be here. Like, this is gonna be my first time to meet Spacely, Elijah, and Biggs. I was like, this is gonna be mad. And in my head, I'm like, I wonder if Manu and B-Wise are gonna be there. And my mate's like,
true.
You're tripping out, bro. Like, why would they be there? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, because it's in Sydney. I'm like, it can't be that hard for them to come down. Just chilling. We're waiting for the gig going on and all that shit.
Yeah.
And then Spacely starts performing Best Years. And he's like, wait, hold up. The whole venue goes black.
Yeah.
And then it comes out again, lights switch on, and B-Wise and Manu were there. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, sick.
That would have been mad to see,
and
bro.
It's funny, I met Manu a couple months ago, and I forgot to bring that up to him. That I've actually seen him perform. I want to see him perform a full set, but it was cool to see him perform. It was fucking crazy though.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, like
that's fucking mad, bro. People's in Persons. Did they do another one after that, or was that the only one?
4. They did.
Oh shit.
People of Persons Underground, which was, People of Persons Underground, which is the best gig I've ever been to. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, that's mad.
And the reason why you're good, bro. I just read it. You're good. People of Persons Underground. The lineup was a group called AF313 from Melbourne. They came out.
True, from Melbourne came down. Came up. Sorry.
Opening. The opener was. Who the fuck opened it? I don't know if you know my cousin. Do you know Leaf? Like, he's not my cousin, but my cousin performed with him. His name's Leaf. He hangs out with Colt and all that stuff. The guy with the blue hair. Like, he's always dyeing his hair and stuff. He always hangs out with Kamel and all those people. Anyway.
Shit, he opened.
A guy from Brisbane came out to perform as well. A guy called Matthew. I
Yep.
don't know if you've heard of him.
Oh yeah, I know Matthew.
He
Yeah.
he came out to Motherland headlined.
Oh, true. Oh, I don't know them
And
well, but
do you
I've
know who
seen their name
co-headlined?
on Insta a lot.
Who co-headlined was Free Souls.
Oh, really?
Free Soul, bro.
Man,
It was
Free Souls.
sick. Free Souls.
We need some more Free Souls, bro. Free Souls, watch this, bro.
Bro, I was honored. They shouted me out on one of the new tracks that they're dropping.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Have you seen that yet?
Nah. What the one with
You know how
King and Jordan.
You know how they've been doing the red and green?
Yeah, the one with King and Jordan.
I'm
yeah,
on the green track.
Are you? Bah, fuck! I didn't even fucking
I didn't catch it either. Me either.
I didn't catch anything.
I think George or King goes, "We're going crazy like we're SB," and they do that. And I was just like, hey! King's George sent it to me. He's like, "Have you recognized this?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? There's nothing." And I remember people were tagging me, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "There's nothing here, cuz like, what happened?"
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, like it was.
They
would be another one.
They're like another group I'd like to fucking collab with, bro. Like I've been, sorry, you know how you said like who I've looked up to, or like who I was a fan of, bro. Free Souls, bro.
Like, do you want to
Free
work
Souls
with
when
all
they
of them,
were
or is
four,
it just a certain? Is there just
all of them, bro. All of them are like, bro. We've actually got a cipher. Oh my gosh, bro. We've got this cipher, yeah. I don't know if it'll ever be dropped, but it fucking should be because it's Elijah's core and like Solly as well. So you know Solly.
Yeah, I know Solly.
Produced by Solly, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got Elijah Yo, Marvs, me, King, and Isaac.
What?
Bro, this fucking cipher is crazy. I've got it on my phone and all, bro, but I can't because it's Elijah shit.
You know what? Actually,
Isaac.
I want to see. I have an artist I want to see you collab with.
Who's that?
Stone Cold Stevie.
Oh yeah, we've been talking about this.
You know
bro.
what? Even 5e, I would love to hear a collab between you and No Intent.
I want to get them both on the track. Definitely.
I already know what we're gonna talk about next episode. Like not next episode, but the next time we talk. Because I want to know your relationships with like Elliot and all those boys. Like we didn't even bring them up. Hello and all that stuff.
Oh, shout out LOC, bro. LOC is he's the GOAT.
Like
he's probably like one of my favorite Aussie artists right
now,
we
didn't even bring them up. Yeah, like the underground.
Yeah,
underground
we got
artists.
so much to talk to. Yeah, talk about, man. 100%.
I appreciate you for jumping on, my G.
I appreciate you, my G. Fucking brothers always.
I hope you enjoyed this.
Oh, of course, bro. It was hectic.
And like I said, bro, if you really want it, comment down below on the YouTube page.
Make sure you fucking do.
And we'll do the wrestling podcast.
Oh, we're gonna do some wrestling shit. We're gonna do some fucking chunks and Philly shit. We're gonna
guys, we could do wrestling reactions.
Bro, we can watch all that shit.
Let's go.
100%, bro.
I'm
down for that.
Thank you for coming on, my bro. I appreciate the
bless, bro. Appreciate you, my G.
I've never said I was doing this, but I'm gonna announce it here. I'm gonna send you out one of these soon.
Oh yeah, boy. Nah, bro.
If y'all don't know what I'm pointing at for the audio version, I'm pointing at my merch. If you know.
Nah, I'll send you some cash, bro. We gotta support each other, man.
No doubt. But bro, I appreciate you so much for coming on.
Nah.
I hope
of course,
fans
bro. Pleasure was all mine.
Bro, it's a pleasure for me, bro. Like, you know, it's just like our first time of actually sitting down and talking to each other.
Yeah, sitting down talking, because every time we see each other, it's always such a hectic environment.
100.
Like, you know, it always happens.
I'm gonna call out Bodega. Can you just please get air cons in your?
Hey, Bodega, I love what you guys are doing, but you gotta sort out that aircon situation. Because last time I was standing under that fucking doorway with the aircon, me and SP were sharing it, and it was not enough space, bro.
Cause I reckon that's why the
gotta
next time
expand
they
some
did
shit.
their gig, they did it in an open space.
Oh
It
yeah,
must
yeah.
have been because, bro, that place was.
Oh, it's a mad like.
Remember Spacely?
It's
He
mad
walked in with a
environment
hoodie
though.
and he went, "Fucking
Yeah.
hell, bro." But yeah,
Oh,
like I said,
dope,
man,
bro.
I appreciate you for coming on. I hope you had
Pleasure's mine,
fun,
brother.
bro. Every
Yeah,
episode
man.
has gone for
Likewise,
like
bro.
Every episode has gone for like 2 hours. I'm not even joking.
Are you gonna like trim any of these or just
What I'm
keep
gonna
it
do
raw,
is
bro?
I'm gonna post these on YouTube and on like Spotify, SoundCloud.
Yeah,
It's gonna
Spotify,
actually be on.
podcasts and
It's
shit,
gonna be on
yeah.
podcast apps.
Yeah, hard.
But I'm gonna clip them and post
Oh,
like.
make the highlights and all that. Yeah, yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
know what
clip
you mean.
them and make their own like segments. So
Yeah,
it'll be cool
yeah,
for like
hard.
the fans that like they just want to see little pieces
Yeah.
and shit. And plus,
But they fucking better watch. They better watch every second of every fucking episode. You gotta support, brother. It's all about support, lad.
I appreciate
All
you,
about
G.
support.
But yeah,
Nah, all love,
this is
bro.
for
All here.
the YouTube viewers. If you like this, give this a thumbs up. None of that. Comment if you want to see more.
All that
Subscribe.
shit.
And remember, keep living the
Yeah.
crazy life and stay blessed.
Hey, bless my brother. Let's go. Let's go. Gang
Laters.
shit, 6'5" always.
Oh, fucking hell, that was sick.